Oh, this is Oba Vincent, and back with Financial Freedom for the Average Person. Got to plug the book here a little bit. And today we're going to talk about Chapter 6. Don't be afraid to fail. And really, we're focusing on identifying scams. And that's the main thing. A little bit on not being afraid to fail. Okay. You've got to take risks. And dealing with finances, dealing with making decisions, you're going to take risks. And often those things are going to go well, most times. But there will be a small percentage where you make mistakes. That's okay. We all make mistakes. Just don't worry about it and go on. Recover, learn from it, and then do better. But today we're going to talk a lot about financial scams because this is a point where it's a place that's really easy to make mistakes, and big people do. And the number one I have listed up there are the Ponzi scams, different schemes and things that have been going on literally hundreds of years. The Basically how these tend to work is you're offered up, you're going to get 10% on your money, and that person puts that out to a lot of people. It could be very, very elaborate. It could be big corporations involved in this, and what they're going to do is they're going to tell you that, and you give them your money. Well, they've already committed to other people to give them 10%, so they're taking your money to pay them, and it goes on and on and on. It's a big pyramid. Sometimes these are very hard to understand, very hard to come by. Um, and to understand that it's a scam, because again, these are very, very elaborate. The big thing is no one's just randomly going to give you 10%. Not going to happen, right? So if you're hearing that, you need to know a lot more information. So be careful there. Penny stocks. This was a big scam that I got sucked into early on back in the 80s. And it's still out there today. There's people that will identify a stock, they will pump up the price of it. They'll get people to give them money toward that. And then the stock's really fairly worthless, but they drive the value of it up by getting people to buy it. Then they sell theirs, or just take the money, and then the bottom falls out. I said I got burned on that. It was Zephyr Corporation. A guy approached me. It was a legitimate company that they were working for. I bought some stocks. The stocks went up a little bit. Then he started approaching me for more stocks, and yeah, and about a month later, the company was out of business. I kept the share of the stock, the actual paper stock, just as a memorandum or a memorial of one of my bigger mistakes. Foreign currency scams. Watch these. I watched a PhD nuclear engineer invest the last bit of money he had on some scheme involving Iraqi currency that was going to make all kinds of money, and he was being pitched, and he was going to dinners, and they took him for everything, and it's sad to see. A little more down to earth, Craigslist. If you ever dealt with Craigslist and a lot of the sailing things, a lot of things, emails you're going to get are going to try to suck you into similar things. Um, yeah, you're selling something, and someone contacts you and says, "Hey, this is fantastic. I want it. I'm going to send you the money. I'm going to send you a check or move money over to you right now. But the thing is, I've got this. It's going to be more than what that is worth. And what I need you to do is, I'm going to come pick this up in a couple of days, or I'll pay for the shipping. But in the meantime, along with that, if you can send me back I sent you 100, it was 70, can you send me back the 30? Or it was 500, I sent you 800, can you send me back the 300? And you do. The thing is, it was a fake check. It was there was no funds behind it, and everything goes through, and then about 2 weeks later, everything unravels, and you're on the hook. The money goes away. You're on the hook for giving the money back, and your money is gone. So, uh, lots of those fake utility charges. And I threw this on here because um, they got my daughter on this one, and my daughter's a doctor, so and fairly young. I mean, when she got hit with this, she was probably 28, 29, had, just finishing up her medical residency, and she gets contacted, and it's the utility company, and they didn't get their bill, and if they don't get the payment today, they're shutting off her electricity. Well, and the only thing they'll take is a money order. So she calls Daddy to find out, Dad, how do I get a money order? And I'm like, for what? She says, well, they're going to shut off my electricity. Time out. and we talked that through and walked her off the edge. But one of the big things that always are going to push urgency, urgency, urgency. One of the things for me, if I'm making a deal, it's not going to be immediate. All right, we're going to talk, and then we'll think about it. We'll get back to you. I got to figure it out. And if it's fake, and then they're really going to push you. And that's like trying to deal with high pressure. Like if you're in a timeshare presentation. No, I'm not making a deal today. I'll take your free whatever, but no, we're just fine with our money where it's at. Okay, email scams. A few things on them. All right, so you've got to be very careful of attachments. Never open them. Okay, and I put a couple up here. These are a couple I just got this week. One is, complete your account verification. One of the very easy ways to check these things out is click on the email address and it'll open up. Like the first one says support. If you open that up, it's going to be something that makes no sense at all. Okay, and I don't know what this was, and the other purchase confirmation. Um, and I click on. I don't know who this is, but don't click on that link. And if it is a company that you're looking for or you're familiar with, go directly to the company. Not again, don't use their link, but contact them directly, and then see what's going on. I also say AI makes these look so real, so be very, very careful on when you're getting these and opening them, and we all get them. Now I'm going to talk about a few more areas that I'm going to throw in the scams, and this is the danger areas. Watch subscriptions. Lots of places will give you a free trial. You bought something here. Click on here. You can have this for 30 days. Elderly get sucked into this a lot. And one of the issues there is they often don't share their information, and so they get locked into these things. They don't even know they're being charged. And I'm my case study in this is my stepfather, and he is 89 years old now, and he allows me to see what his financials are. And one of the first things I found was that he had been paying for Amazon Music Unlimited for it was like $20 a month, and he'd been doing it for a decade. Doesn't even listen to music. And was one of those, it was just, click on this, it's a free trial. And he clicked on it, and there you go. And these companies will milk you and milk you and milk you. I got into it. I found multiple other things that he had been sucked into. He was probably paying $50-$60 a month on subscriptions that were either fake or kind of fake companies or Amazon. So be aware. And now just a little bit off, because we all have Amazon, use Amazon. If you go to your account and you go under, you can find your membership and your subscriptions, and you can see like here's mine. I'm paying for Amazon Prime once a year, and then I have got a camera at the bottom of my stepfather's basement just to make sure he doesn't fall downstairs. So I pay $4 a month for that. But you should check these and just make sure you're not paying for things. The other thing is check your credit cards. Make sure that you don't see a recurring fee that you don't recognize or you don't service for something that you're not using. And so many things do that. Magazine subscriptions, things that you buy. They suck you into, it's no warranty fee for 6 months, and then they catch you after that. Internet shopping. All right. I buy tons and tons of stuff off the internet. Unfortunately, Google and some of these other internet services, it doesn't really matter who you're, dealing with, they post ads and they will allow, they don't necessarily verify who's posting these ads. And some of these things look real and they're not. And um, I found an electric bike once. Okay, and it was $30, and it was a top. It was a number one ad on Google when I looked at that, and it's like, okay, this can't be real, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw $30 at it. And I did, and I got lots of warnings from my bank and everything like that. Well, I never got anything from it. So just be aware that they're there in those ads. Um, Temu, Temu. One of the things I did is I bought a little camera from them, a little video surveillance camera. Because we have multiple properties, I got cameras on a lot of them. And when I went to set it up, I did the sign in, and it was okay. This is the service is free, but we need a credit card on file so that you know, if I did want to buy something else, it was there. I didn't feel good about it. I should have just look. I knew it wasn't right. Didn't feel good, but I did it. Went ahead and put my credit card. As soon as I put that credit card in, I'm looking at my phone beeps because I get notified on any charge, and here I got a charge for $29.95. And I'm like, what? And I looked into it, and they had enrolled me into a horror movie streaming service. And it was a Chinese camera, but the streaming service was based somewhere in the United States. And I immediately got a hold, canceled everything immediately. Blocked it on my credit card and denied the charge. But it was a big old hassle. But if you're not monitoring, anybody else who was setting up one of these cameras would have, easily could have missed that and got sucked into something that they could have cost them some money. Okay, and here's an example. I just did another quick search in Google, and I looked in, here's electric bikes. And you can see the prices all over. And some of these are fairly legitimate companies, but you see a whole lot of here from AliExpress. Okay. So I'm like, well, what's AliExpress? Well, I looked it up. And how reliable is? Well, it is a real company, so that was a positive. Um, but they allow scammers and stuff, and so you don't know what you're buying from them or when you're going to get it. And in all likelihood, you're going to get something that is not what you're expecting, if anything at all. So protect yourself. Avoid doing business with anyone who approaches you with a proposition. If That was always my thing. It's like, oh, you're going to give me, you can get me 10%. Well, you can take a loan out of the bank for 5%. So why are you talking to me about that? Why are if you can do that, just take money out of the bank, and you're going to make 5%. Well, the bottom line is you aren't doing that. That's not real. Okay, so or if it was, the banks would be doing it anyway because they will make money. If you're going to deal with a company, research it. Make sure who are you doing business with. Um, Hang on to your personal information. And it's harder these days, but you don't want to give that out to anybody that you don't know. Now, along that line, and I've mentioned it before in the course, freeze your credit. And then the other part in the three credit agencies doesn't cost you anything. Once you set it up, it takes maybe 5-10 minutes to set it up for each of the three agencies. And after that, you can do it in a matter of a minute or two. Monitor your property deeds if you own property. And a lot of the states are doing this now. A lot of the counties are doing it. Just if anyone does anything to your deed, you'll be notified. And that just stops anyone from putting a fake lien on your property or doing something else to to try to scam you for some money. And if someone says, "Hey, it's a do not reply, type of email," and it's like you're ones I've been getting lately have been a lot of Dropbox, all right, or GMX. I use GMX Mail. So things on GMX Mail, your account is going to be disabled in the next 30 days if you don't update your personal data. And here's the link to update your personal data. It's a do not reply address. It's GMX. Everything looks legit. But if you look at that mail where it came from, it didn't. It came from GMX dot CC Joe Blow India. Something's not right. And if you're really concerned about it, go to gmx.com. GMX is what I'm using, and but don't hit the link that says gmx.com on the email that you were sent, because it's going to take you someplace, but it's not going to be the right place. And again, AI is making this more and more difficult. These scammers are getting better and better. Okay. Lastly, exercise 21. So identifying a scam. And I'm not going to have a lot of detail on this. We're just going to talk about the approach to the exercise. If I was actually doing this course live, this would be a homework, and we would talk about all the scams people found over the following week, which would be a lot of fun. But anyway, just taking a sheet of paper out, writing down a couple of business opportunities that you can find that are out there. There's tons and tons of them. Look at different jobs you could be doing, side hustles, things like that. Then take a look at what companies put them out there. Is it a real company? Or what's the bottom line on it? Then research the company a little bit on the internet. And it's amazing what you can find. Be careful, but be aware that they're also smart enough that they're going to put some things out about how good they are. So ignore those, look for the negative reviews, and then go to the Better Business Bureau online and see if the company is legitimate. And you'll find some things there. And then write it down. You believe the business is legitimate or not. Now, again, this was a live course. What we would be doing is, getting everybody to find things and then talking about them. And it would be a really good discussion. But in your case, though, the bottom line is if you're thinking about an opportunity, research it, check into it a little bit before you give out information, give out money, anything like that. Take care of yourself. Bottom line. And again, I've said it again and again and again. Protect yourself and those you care about. AI is making it harder to detect what's going on out there, and and that it's going to get over the next year, I imagine, much worse at trying to sort things out. But at the same time, you could probably also use AI to determine whether or not the AI thing you got sent to you was legitimate. So just eventually we get the computers swindling themselves. Anyway, hope you enjoy that. And we'll be back with our next video here soon. Thanks.